Wow, this group is growing.
Adechike was a little bit of an underdog as far as he received the harshest, critiques from you guys. So were you surprised by his elimination tonight?
No, Adechike got the harshest critiques last night.
Yeah.
Adechike was one of the few that got the routines that he's good at last night, so we wanted him to be the best, really. He got contemporary last night. If you look at what Robert got, which was Viennese, waltz and hip-hop, that ain't what Robert's good at. So, you look at that as well. I think out of everybody that danced last night, in truth, Adechike didn't do as well as the other three. If I look at Lauren, her tango was absolutely superb. She had a great partner as well, but it was superb. Her Kiss of the Spider Woman routine was terrific. She's got great strength. She's turned around from just being what I classed as a sort of gymnast into a really good dancer. Robert, we've always said, is the dark horse. We've protected him many times and brought him out of the bottom three, and there he is now in the finale. It was his night last night for me. It really was. His hip-hop routine was tremendous. That clown's routine I thought was terrific. And his Viennese waltz, for a Viennese waltz, was terrific. With Kent, his disco was average, got through it, but that's the luck of the draw of pulling disco out. And it doesn't suit him, it doesn't suit his style. He isn't strong enough to do half the disco lifts. And I thought, oh, he really needs to pull something out here. And then that final routine when he came through, absolutely superb. And I think that got him through. Don't forget that top place has been moving around. There's never been one person in that top place. And now to find out that between, I suppose, Lauren, who was in the bottom three, to find out between Lauren and Kent that they're in the top two with just 2% of the vote between them. Very interesting.
How did it feel to not have to make this decision tonight, to have it just be based on the votes?
Well, I think as a judge, at the end of the day, you've got to be, like water off a duck's back. You're always going to be wrong. With somebody, you're always going to be wrong. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Whatever you say, someone's going to say, "What are you talking about? You don't know Jack." So it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'm relieved that America have now taken it over. But I would have done exactly what America did last night, to be honest with you.
And
we did. You heard us. We did. I think we all said the same thing.
And since you're not making the decision anymore, you can tell us who you're pulling for to win.
It's a difficult one because it changes for me all the time. It's been Kent for a long time now, but I am literally watching Lauren grow beyond belief, and I'm enjoying watching Robert struggle in these routines that he's getting. That some people would say, I think he's done every single ballroom routine, and I'm enjoying watching him struggle with it. So it's a difficult one. I love all three of them. If you'd have asked me at the beginning of the season, and we'll take Alex out of the equation now, okay? And I have to say very quickly, I've heard from Alex, and he really is doing well.
Oh, good.
Far better than anyone could have hoped for.
Oh,
so, he is literally, I think, going to be walking again properly by the middle of September or something, which is stunning. I mean, this is healing body very quick, If you'd have asked me at the beginning of when we had what we had, the dances, these are the three I would have liked.
Fantastic.
I think we need to ask you about your return to Idol. Can you talk a little bit about that, and when we might hear a decision about who's going to be the new judge? It's getting down to the wire, isn't it?
It is getting down to the wire. I'm delighted to go back to Idol. This is, I feel like I've been away for 2 years, and it's family. Regarding the judges, at this moment in time, there are so many being discussed. I have no idea, and everyone's going to wait until I finish this season on dance before I jump back in there. I've no idea who the panel's going to be. I think my advice about it would be, let's look at how the panel fits together rather than the individual attributes of each panel member. Because at the end of the day, it is that chemistry between them that, to a certain degree, I think has been lacking for a couple of years.
And now that you've kind of established yourself as a So You Think You Can Dance judge, do you see yourself maybe sitting on the Idol panel?
I do not. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why. Number one, I wouldn't want to do it because you do not follow Sean Connery into the role of James Bond. You follow George Lazenby. And I think it would be wrong for the show to do it. You don't want to attempt to replace what has been there. You want to put something else there and move forward. Don't forget now, it's going to be Happy Birthday. It's 10 years old. This is an old woman that you're dealing with now. You've got to take great care of her. She doesn't need to, have Botox or anything like that. She just needs a bit of a feather duster and tweaked up.
So dust off Paula then?
It's.
I didn't mean that in a rude way. I didn't mean that. Last question. Well, you talked about Paula, so
I love Paula. Paula is under contract to another company, so she's unavailable. But that middle round is where I think it needs to be looked at and we need to discuss, which is after Hollywood Week, before you go into your top 10. That's the area there that really does need looking at, and I think we need to look at bringing everything up. Every artist now that comes on this show or any other show, they've got dancers behind them, they've got pyrotechnics, there's a whole production number behind them. We need to look at starting to do that with the kids that come on Idol. Once they're in the top 10, they deserve the full production behind them.
Jennifer Lopez and Steven Tyler seem to be the front runners. Would you like to see them
I don't know, are they? No one's told me that.
Would you like to see them up there? It seems like that's...
I think, as I've said, I think every single one of them have got fine attributes. It's how they work together. I want to get the focus off the judges, to be frank with you, and back on the talent. It's the talent that we've got to produce. Where is the next Michael Jackson? We have lost a brilliant artist and entertainer in Michael Jackson. We have the opportunity with this show of going into America and finding the next Michael Jackson. Why are we talking about judges? Let's find the next talent. That's what we want to find.
Exactly.